going on, YouTube fam? So I haven't been doing a bunch of videos lately, and that's pretty much because I've been preparing for this trip. It's not a good one, it's not a fun one, but it is one that unfortunately has deemed itself necessary. Thank you, coronavirus. Fortunately, I'll be real with y'all, I didn't lose my job because of the coronavirus. I lost my job because I'm an idiot, but the coronavirus has now prevented me from getting employment in California. So unfortunately, we start the trip back home. I'm not going to go back though with my tail between my legs like it was last time. I know what I did wrong here in California. I know where I went astray. I know where I kind of fell off the path, I guess you could say.
In 2 miles, use the right 2 lanes to take exit 8 for California 54 East.
Sorry, getting some directions from the speaker, but like I was saying, I'm not going to look at this as a failure because I figured out a whole bunch of stuff while I was out here. I figured out what kind of love I need in my life. And, it can't just be oh, I make her happy and that's how I gain my happiness. No, unfortunately, it's deeper than that, and it has to be. And but I know what I'm looking for in that regard. So there's a positive there. I was able to learn a lot about the stock market. Have I been able to turn it into a profit? No, not yet. And that's also, something that this move is going to allow me to gain as well. Is yes, I'm kind of moving back into pseudo comfort zone.
Mile, use the right 2 lanes to take exit 8 for California 54 East.
But I'm entering into it with a different mindset than I ever have, like I said, I know where I went wrong. I know what I did that wasn't smart.
Use the right 2 lanes to take exit 8, then keep right at the fork.
So now it's just the elimination of mistakes, and I am
right at the fork.
Fully well aware that elimination of mistakes with you working on your mental clarity, mental health,
for 8 miles.
Pretty much everything, how you think, what you think about, the duration of those thoughts, how relevant they are in your everyday life. I mean, it's a bunch of different little things that kind of go together, and I would have never figured that out had I not been out in California and forced into the situation that I've kind of been living in for the past 6 months. Again, it is an unfortunate situation, but I'm not looking at it as that. It's a move towards peace of mind that's going to get me in the right mental space and have my mind be clear so that I can trade correctly. Because I was literally just going over my course from the mentor that I follow, Investors Domain, Mike. I don't know his last name, but search him up because he's the truth. And if you do sign up, tell him I sent you. Maybe he'll hook us both up. Who knows? There was talk of an affiliate link. I don't know. Whatever. Moving on. But and all the stress has caused me to, break out of this nice little fucking fever blister on my face. It's just a lot of stress out here, and I'm not saying I couldn't do it, but with coronavirus coming in and locking up everything from people's ability to get jobs, if I had a job that I got laid off from, and when the coronavirus left, I would be going back to work, absolutely would have never even been a thought to stay. But unfortunately, since I lost my job, and when the coronavirus does give up and go away and it's not a thing anymore, I then need to gain employment after that. And, you know, if it were to persist for one more month after that, I literally would have $0 because nothing's been coming in since the middle of February. Thank God that I received, you know, my tax returns when I did, you know, and the good Lord told me to hold on to some funds before this whole thing happened. I mean, the way that it happened financially, I mean, it was like God was just waiting for the time to come down, you know, and everything. So I'm looking at it as not a bad thing. I'm looking at it as a pushback towards, you know, a peace of mind. And that's you know, the first video. You know, on this trek back home, I'll be checking in, chiming in with things that you know, I think are necessary. Like if we get over this hill again, I don't know if I can't. So if we get over this hill again, I'll show you the view I just had, because fuck, dude, it was beautiful. That is one thing that I am definitely gonna miss. Being out here in California is the views just driving around. Virginia is gorgeous in its own right, but you know, you don't get anything. Look at this. Look at that. That is just gorgeous. I don't know if it's coming through because you know, the screen's back to my, you know, to my back, but you know, that's the views that you get out in California, is those just mountainous, earthy views, and that is something that I'm gonna miss a lot. You know, those cliffside hills with all those houses on there, that is so cool looking to me. You definitely don't get that in Virginia. So along this way, you know, I am also going to appreciate the Lord's work and the Lord's beauty along the way. Keep myself, you know, I don't know how to say that word, but keep with the affirmations in my head, or, you know, saying them into existence, because it's not about, it's a couple of different things. It is about who you know. It's not about what you know, because you should be searching for more every day. It's little about who you know, because our minds are such a great transmitter and receptor of vibrations in the world that it is literally ridiculous. And we can, and I will figure this out, because I believe in it. I believe in the power of attraction, and I will stay, you know, saying those things that I've been saying to myself, rewire. I don't know what just happened. I guess the video can only be like 5 minutes long on my phone. Shit, I mean, I was just coming to the end of it anyway, so this is probably going to be a throwaway video, but you know, I'll give you guys some views along the way. We'll talk about some of the things that I've learned along the way, and you know, it's going to be a good time. So peace, guys.